the trail again and again, hiking and hunting and fishing the land. Time is time well spent. We'll take it to the Delta, to the gray white shores. There's so much to see and do. Mississippi outdoors, the great outdoors. Mississippi outdoors, the great outdoors. Mississippi outdoors, the great outdoors. Mississippi outdoors.
Welcome to Mississippi Outdoors. I'm Amanda Mills.
And I'm Kevin Meacham. Thanks for joining us. Amanda, every year, wing shooters from around the state participate in the annual Governor's Hunt at Longleaf Plantation.
Yeah, Kevin, and this year was even better because we had some ladies join us in a little friendly competition.
Who shot better?
I'll never tell.
Coming out here doing this for the foundation is important. It's important for the state, important for conservation, important for education, hunting education. So just enjoy coming out here every year. We have folks from around the state that come here, and this is really the only time we get to see them, and we get to talk to them, and we get to visit with them. And we all have very similar interests, and the interest here is hunting, fishing, and the outdoors, and that's special.
What we're going to do is start from the front. Try to get tandem of two in each Jeep as we come back. Y'all pick your own partners in this group. No fighting. Just try to get two to a Jeep. And
your sister hunted a little bit, didn't she?
she did. She was very fortunate this year, I would say. She got to hunt in the all-women's hunt, and that was her first experience ever to go on any hunt. Okay, so thank goodness for Becky Briggs sort of taking her out, showing her all the ropes, and they did very well. You know, our primary fundraiser is our Governor's Hunt. And of course, we were all worried whether we were going to get it off or not, but thank goodness that we got to pull it off.
We've had another great hunt. Governor Tate Reeves and his wife, Ely, joined us for the Governor's Hunt, and we appreciate Ely being part of this. And of course, it wouldn't be a Governor's Hunt without Governor Tate Reeves. We had a great time hunting and a great time at the banquet the night before. So it's another good year for the Governor's Hunt. We started the first Governor's Hunt actually in Greenwood, Mississippi. The base for everyone as far as overnight and banquet was at Alluvion. And then we had a couple more Governor's Hunts at Greenwood and duck hunting. And we realized that that was tough on the people that were trying to help us. It was tough on everybody trying to get to the locations to hunt and then to come back to Alluvion before they left. So we looked for another place, and we found a place that I'm very familiar with, Longleaf Plantation, which is owned now by Warren Hood. And so we found a place there that we could stay, everybody in one location, have dinner, have a banquet, next morning get up and quail hunt, and then come back, have a lunch, and then depart. It worked out great.
Get a little bit higher.
Shot, Joseph. Yeah. Well. Tim, move. Oh. Good boy.
Look at him.
Ooh.
Man, it looks good enough for me to get in it, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Good girl, Sassy.
I ain't afraid of dead bird.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, just getting out here particularly I guess after last week's weather. You know, it's nice to get out a day like today, just walk along and watch these dogs work. It's probably the most special part of it is watching these dogs work, and it's a lot of fun. But it has a lot to do with being out in a place like this and weather like this, you know. But anyway, it's just a great morning. It's hard to beat it. The event's fantastic, but it's probably for an even better cause, right? So it makes it easy to want to come to something like this, and then it's such an enjoyable day. And last night too, with the food and good times and fellowship, but then getting out today and getting out here, it's a good reminder that we got a lot to be thankful for, and we ought to give back where we can.
This year we knew going into it we were going to have to do a lot of different things that we've not done in the past, because the shot was just coming out, and you had some of our hunters that were getting their shots, were a little bit skittish of being around too big of crowds. Overall, we were very, very fortunate to have the number of people that we had, but the way we began to break it all up was we knew we needed to separate the number of hunters, so we had 2 different hunts. We didn't just have one like we typically do on Friday morning. So we had one on Thursday afternoon that was probably better attended than the one on Friday morning, but we did have 2 different hunts. Some of the people attended it differently. Some came to the hunt that did not go to the banquet. So it was a little bit different, but well attended overall. We felt like we probably had almost as many as we typically have over the whole hunt, just at different times, than not just at one time like we usually do.
Two of them right there, that's a dead bird there. Good shot, Mr. Dave.
Thank you.
All right. Peter's got a cripple over here. I don't think he's going nowhere. All right. Here, girl. Here. Good girl. All right.
Doing pretty good as tired she is.
Yeah, that tongue's a dragon.
It's just a beautiful location, lots of fun. Dogs are just amazing to watch them. The foundation does such a great job having the money to help people get interested in being in the outdoors and enjoying God's creation, and really also helping the officers that are when that need comes arise. So education, supporting the folks that regulate and manage the business is just really important. It's such a great family industry, if you will, but it's just a great family experience for people.
I thought we hit one.
Yeah, I thought we did too, but it kept on flying.
It kept flying, yeah.
Is that a dead bird?
Hey, something's wrong with these birds. I know I hit that one twice.
Really?
Yeah, he kept going. He kept going.
I believe the dog got it though, look.
Yeah.
Hat, girl.
Man, that's hat shot all morning.
Yep.
Boy, you shoot pretty good when you shoot. Bird up.
blue right. Might have should have let that get out a little.
You should. You pushed that one a little bit.
Well.
We were blessed. The weather was good, and it worked out good for us. We were, I think, participation-wise, probably as good as ever, you know. And we raised some money for the foundation, which is always a good thing, you know. Every year, the last several years, we've had this at Longleaf Plantation, and it's been it's certainly been a pleasure working with them over the last few years, and we hope we can continue the relationship.
Well, we like to talk about the success of the governor's hunt, but you know, every year is a good year, and this is a good year this year. We had plenty of folks that came back from previous hunts. We had some new people, which is good. You always want a few new people, but you know, the commission members have always supported the governor's hunt and have attended it 100%. Each commissioner, that's 5 commissioners through the years. And so that's a big support for us.
Dead bird. Good girl, good girl. Drop it, good girl. Good girl, good girl. Whoop. Good girl, dead bird, good girl. Good girl, good girl.
Can't say enough about how the dogs just do a great job in going to helping us find where they are, and then after, off chance we happen to hit one, going and picking it up. So really enjoy. It helps to make the whole experience having the dogs with us. Oh, it's my first time to attend it, and I hope I get a chance to come back again. It's a well-run event that allows us to get outdoors, and it's never a bad day to be outdoors in Mississippi.
You know, offshore fishing along the Mississippi Gulf Coast has really become a lot more popular over the years.
Kevin, I agree. In our next story, the Mississippi Outdoors crew joins 2 successful charter boat captains as they pursue a variety of game fish, including trout and red snapper.
Shoot, heat the grease.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is known for its great trout fishing. This season is going to be no exception. Captains Ronnie Daniels and Brennan Carter invited the Mississippi Outdoors crew along to show them how it's done.
Hey y'all, today on Mississippi Outdoors we're going to be trout fishing at Cat Island. Got my favorite fishing partner fisher here with me. This is my son. We're going to be headed out of past Christian Harbor. These trout were hungry yesterday. Hopefully we can get on them again today. What you got, man? Go to the right side of the boat with him. Oh, hang on. We got this line. That's all right. Come here. All right. Look at there, buddy. You got the first fish, but it ain't what we want. We're gonna let this one go, okay? You know, I was lucky enough to be raised by parents that loved to be on the water. This trip was really special to me. I take a lot of other people's kids fishing and have a lot of fun with them, but Today, we got to take my little man with us. About 2 years ago, the bug really hit him, and he's full force into it. He's Googling different types of fishing stuff. He's learning about bass and speckled trout. You got a fish on there.
Doubled up. Wait, what is that?
That's a trout.
Yay. They're both keepers.
Anytime I get to spend time on the boat with my family and have fun and give my kids the experiences that I had growing up, man, that's a good day.
I don't think that's
I don't know if yours is gonna make it, dude.
Yours is a keeper.
It's very rare that you pull up and just hit them on the first spot, but if you stick with it, keep moving around, find what you're looking for, they're gonna be there, they're gonna eat. And we got to put some really pretty trout in the boat. Wasn't a ton of fish, but we had the right ones. I would say trout are a little more environmentally affected than some other species, but they're a 12-month out of the year fish. You can catch them all year round, inshore right here. But they are certainly affected by water clarity, oxygen in the water, temperature has a big effect on them. But all year long, you can catch them if you know where to go and what to do. You got to know what to look for, when to look in certain spots, and then have a little bit of luck on your side. You know, I tell people all the time, just whenever you think you've got them figured out, they're gonna throw you a curveball. Captain Mike that works with us says it best. He says, it's like going on a blind date every day, but the success of that blind date depends on weather and a wild animal. And that couldn't be more true. I'm actually the charter boat commissioner for the state. I was appointed to that about 3 years ago. There are a team of scientists that look at all the data and present it to us, and that's done through a stock assessment, and they realized that we needed to do something to protect our trout. They're constantly looking at this stuff, analyzing it, and whenever they're seeing a trend one way or the other, we make a change. And we did that with speckled trout. We raised the size limit to 15 inches. And I can tell you personally, we have better trout in the western end of the Mississippi Sound. I don't fish eastern end much, but I've been hearing the same reports from over there. We've got better fish here now than we've ever had in my lifetime. You know, we're catching a lot of upper end fish. And whenever I say upper end, I'm talking up 20 plus inches. And that's not uncommon in Mississippi waters anymore. There are computer programs that our scientists, they can play around with these different things and see what's going to give you the most bang for the buck. And the science told us that if we went to 15 inches, we would have a bigger bang for our buck. And the reason for that is at 15 inches, every trout in that water that doesn't die to predation or something naturally is going to get spawned at least 1 year. And yes, bigger trout do produce more eggs, but there's a lot fewer bigger trout than there are 14 to 15 inch trout. And we're guaranteeing that every one of that age class fish between 14 and 15 inches gets to spawn one time, and that's what's keeping our population healthy.
Hey, good morning everybody. Today on Mississippi Outdoors, we have Rough Water Charters. We have Elizabeth Orr and her mother Annette with us. We're out here at Cat Island. We're going to try to fish for some speckled trout this morning on the grass beds, and then as the day progresses, we're going to work our way into the marsh and try to find some redfish. As a kid growing up, we would go down to the seawall and we would fish and crab and do stuff like that growing up with my dad, my uncles. And as I got older, you know, my passion's steady growing for fishing. And one day I got the opportunity to get a boat and I started charter fishing, and it's been phenomenal, man. We've had a blast with it. Whenever it comes to live croaker, you have to keep them on oxygen. If you take them off for like 10 minutes, that's it, it's lights out. What I do on my boat is I keep my fill pump running, and I just let the old water kind of overflow, and it's steady circulating fresh, clean water. Yep, I got something. I don't know if it's a trout, but I got something. It is a little white trout. Hey there, pretty decent sized white trout. Pretty little fish. They're definitely a good eating fresh fish more than anything. All right, got one in. That's what I'm talking about. Let's check them out. Flip them up here. Oh, oh. That was the first keeper trout. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Whenever you're reeling in your speckled trout, you want to do a hook set, and then you want to reel it slow and keep your rod tip down. That keeps him from shaking his head so much. Whenever you get them close to the boat, then you just flip them up. Another white trout. That's the second first. All right. Pretty little white trout.
How are you getting bites? I'm not getting any bites.
I'll work them real slow, just to, you know, keep some action in them. And if I still don't get any bites, I'll just go ahead and replace it with a fresh one. You know, just to keep them interested. They like the real lively ones. They're not, unless you're in them real thick, they don't really care for the ones that are moving real slow. So, something to keep in mind.
You okay, buddy? Look, he's talking to me.
There we go.
Listen to him.
He's talking.
Yeah, that's why they're called croakers.
Look at that. The elusive speckled trout. Finally. He's not going to be a keeper, but man, this is it. This is what we go after day in and day out. He is 14. He's a little over 14, so he needs to grow another inch. So, all right, buddy, we'll see you later. Typically out here around Cat Island, there's a lot of grass beds, and these fish are just kind of all over the place, real spotty. You know, they stay around them because that's where they put their eggs and stuff, and they steady protecting them, so they're just running around out here. Sometimes you got to move around a good bit and find them and keep your bait working. And it's a patient game some days right here, and then some days it's just every cast. He hadn't popped his head up yet. It might be a catfish. Let's check him out. Let's see what we got here. Hey, a catfish.
Oh.
All right. Hey, little buddy. Gonna need that hook back. It helps me whenever I flip.
I need to get one of those. I can never get the hooks out.
So what you do is you use this, you slide it down the line right there, and you get it on the hook, and you just want to kind of flip the fish, and it'll just flip them right off. I love it. It's peaceful. Every day whenever I leave out, I look at the sunrise and I try to remind myself, man, we are blessed. Looks like that's on the white trout is on the meal ticket today.
Do those have to be a certain size?
No, there's so many of them, they don't put a size limit on them. But I like to keep them at, you know, decent size at least, nothing too small. Another white trout. Got us another one. Lizzie, you got one?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think it came off. Oh no, it's on here. What?
Flip them up in here. All right. Good job. Look, and your croaker's still pretty lively. Look at that. That's a good one. Oh yeah. Just flip them up. There you go, like a pro. That's a nice white trout.
Oh, that one is pretty.
He is pretty, ain't he?
They have a lot of like colors on them.
Yeah, they do. They're pretty, like almost, oh, like a rainbow. We're just dropping fish today. There you go. Good job. She's on it now. Let's get this one in, and we're gonna drop him straight in the ice box.
Okay. He's not even pulling anymore. I don't know where he is.
He's right there.
Oh.
Is that a catfish? Nope.
No, sorry. Okay, he's all the way down there.
All right, we're gonna keep this one in the boat.
Okay.
We had a wonderful day out here on the water. It was a little windy, a little wavy, but we had a great time. We caught some white trout, some speckled trout. We caught a couple of little catfish, ladyfish. We had a great time. They are beautiful fish, and they are very aggressive. It's always a good time being out here, so we'll see you outdoors.
Folks, that's all the time we have for this week. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Come join us again next week for more exciting adventures. Until then, I'm Kevin Meacham.
And I'm Amanda Mills, and as my good friend Melvin Tingle would say, see you outdoors.
Riding through the bayou, headed for the sky blue, back out on the trail again and again. Hiking and hunting and fishing the land, time is time well spent.